Okay, so I just finished the square that was next to the 25 coming out right there. So I'm going to turn my corner and then I'm going to come up to the 26 and I'm going to go back down this direction, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the last row, make sure that we got all the squares in the right spot, okay? So on this one we just finished, you should have had one yellow one, one red one, one yellow one, two red ones, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellows, okay? So marking my chart off, one yellow, one red, one yellow, two reds, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellows. Okay, so that's what we're supposed to be. Okay, so we're going to turn the corner like I said, and we're going to be going up and starting here next to the 26, and we're going to go down this direction. Okay, so now before we turn our work though, I just want to show you that we just finished the bottom L of our letters. See that? Because we went through that. I marked through that red square right there. So that means we're finished with that. So the one that's corresponding to it is this one right here. Let me get my work in here. Okay, it's this one. This is the top of our L. See that? Okay, so it's this one. We're finished with that one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off, but make sure you leave a tail so then you'll have enough to weave in. That'll just be one less bobbin that I'll have to turn and flip over, right? Okay, so the piece is big enough now that we can go ahead and clip our bobbins to our work. And it just helps to, when you flip your piece over, it helps them not to get so tangled. So I just kind of roll up my bobbins here a little bit, and I just clip them to the work, just wherever, just so that way they stay stationary. See that? Okay, so now I've still got this one out because I still need to make a square at the top before I turn. Okay, so looking at our chart, we're going up to turn the corner, so we're going to have to make our turning square, which is the one we start with the chain 6, and then we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow ones in total, counting the turning chair. Okay, turning square. I said chair, combining chain and square together, I guess. I guess that's why I said chair. Okay. So chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fourth chain from the hook, we do a double crochet, just like regular. And then 2 more to make our square, not our chair. Okay, so now we need to flip our work over so then we can connect it to this square, but on this side, right? Okay, so I'm just going to hold on to my bobbin instead of clipping it, or you can clip it. And then you just turn everything over and see how all the bobbins stayed where they needed to be. So that's good. Okay, so now we continue on. See, we have our stair steps right there. I can go ahead and unclip these bobbins so that way you can see where you're going. Or where I'm going. Okay, so it said that we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and I've already done the first one. So slip stitch to connect and just keep going like regular. So, whoops, chain 3, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. That's the second square. And third one, 1, 2, 3. There's our third square. Connect it, chain up 3, and make our fourth square. Connect it with a slip stitch, chain up 3. Here comes the fifth square. Give me some more yarn. Oops. Do that one again. Whoop, I did it again. Okay, there, okay. And the sixth one. So slip stitch, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. That'll make our sixth block, or square. Okay, so we're going to let go of that. Now we're going to pick up our red. And on the chart, it says to do, let's see, we just did these 6 right here. So now we have 2 red ones, 1 and 2. Okay. So let's see. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. And then the second one would be slip stitch to join, and then chain 3 and 3 double crochets. Oops. Okay, so now as we see here, we just did our 2 red ones right there, and now we need 2 yellow ones, and that's going to bring us all the way to the end. Okay, so we'll drop that red one. This one is just a tail here. Okay, this is the next yellow. Oh, sorry, this is the next yellow that's in line. So we're going to use that one. Slip stitch from the back. 2, 3. And then chain 3 and 3 double crochets. Okay. And then slip stitch into that red square, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and that's our second, this is our second yellow one, so we'll be finished with the row. Okay, slip stitch to join it up to the square next to it. Okay, now as you see, we have this yellow one, wait, this one, yeah, that was connected, that we had been using for this middle section here, and now we don't need that one until we need it again, but right now we don't need it. So you leave a tail to weave in and cut it off. Okay, so now we are back to using 3 bobbins again, so that's better. That's a little more manageable, right? Okay, so mark off our last 2 yellow ones that we just completed right there. We're going to turn the corner and we're going to go up, okay? So the next one is right here. And remember, this side we are not chaining 6 to make our square because we don't want it to get any wider. So this is where we're going to chain 1, turn our work, slip stitch down the edge so we can get to the place where we need to be to make that square, okay? So let me go ahead and do that with you right quick, and then I'll let you do some more on your own. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to turn, so I'm going to go ahead and clip my bobbins to my work. Oops, there. Okay, so this one, okay, so now I need to chain 1, and then I'm going to turn my work, and so the bobbin's just going to go with the work, flip it over. That one I didn't clip, so just get that over there. Okay, now slip stitch up the edge, just like what we've been doing for the decrease side. So 1, 2, and 3, and then slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. Okay, we're going to champ 3, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochets right there, and that's going to make our first square, which will be on our chart right there. Okay, this one. Okay, so now keep going on your own, and I will meet you back up when we finish the square that is next to the 14 right there, okay, on your chart. Okay, meet you back in a bit. Okay, so I just finished the square that is next to the 14, okay, and so if you haven't already, now I did go ahead and take the time and weave in my ends that I've had so far, because I did have several ends on both sides that I needed to weave in. So go ahead and pause the video right now and weave in your ends. Do a tail check. That way you won't have all that to do at the end. Okay. Okay, so I hope you went ahead and weaved in your ends if you hadn't already. And like I said, we just finished the square number 4, the one next to the 14 on our chart. So now we're going to, we are on the short side, so we're not going to chain 6 to make a square and then flip our work. We're going to chain 1, turn our work, slip stitch up the edge to start our next row. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I already clipped my bobbins because I'm getting ready to turn my work. Okay, so I already clipped my bobbins to my work except for this one. So now I need to, and I connected my square, so I'm going to chain 1, and then I need to turn my work. So I'm going to grab this bobbin that's loose, flip everything over. Okay, and go ahead and unclip my bobbins. They should be in the right place that we need them to be. And remember, since I chained one there, we need to go ahead and slip stitch up this edge so then we can get it into the position where we need it to be. So slip stitch up the edge. Chain 3 and then make our first square. Okay, so that's getting twisted there. Okay, so that we're going to change over to the red, I believe. Let's look at our chart here. So we are right here, and yes, we have one yellow. We just did that yellow, and now we got to do one red, and then we go back to the yellow again. Okay, and we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows. Okay, so we're changing to this red. But we're only going to do one of them. So we're going to slip stitch, tighten up our yellow, and make this square. So chain 3, and then 3 double crochets, and that'll finish that. It should finish our L there, this second letter. So when I slip stitch, see, it finished up the L. On the chart, you can see that we did this square right there, and then now we just did this red one, okay, and see, it finished up our L. So the yarn, the red that was dedicated to do this L here, we can go ahead and cut this off because we're done with the letter. Just leave a tail so then you can weave it in. Okay, so now we only have 4 bobbins connected, so a little better. Okay, so now we're going to go on to our yellow, and we need to make 4 yellows right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So continue on, making 4 yellow squares. Need more yarn. Okay. So 1, 2, and there's a third one. 3 double crochets. Okay, 1 more yellow one. Okay, now we can drop the yellow, and you see on the chart we just did these 4 yellows, so mark those 4 off, and now we got to do 2 red ones and then 2 yellow ones. Okay. So 2 red ones, 1, 2, oops. Okay, and then pick up our yellow one and get the 2 yellows, and that will finish this row. Okay, so we look over at our chart. We did the 2 red ones, the 2 yellow ones that finished that row, coming out at the square next to the 33 on the chart. So now we're going to turn the corner, go back down the row, okay? And for this one, we need to do 3 red ones when we get to it. So we'll have 2 yellow ones, 3 red ones, 2 yellows, 1 red, and 2 yellows. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to add the red that we just cut off. We're going to have to add it again right here to put it on there. Okay, and I think once we get there, once we get the end of this row, we'll be able to, yeah, we'll be able to cut take off one of the yellow ones. So that's good. So go ahead and finish this row, and I'll just meet you, since this is kind of a sticky area there. I will go ahead and meet you just at the end of this row. So just do this one row where you're going to go down and you're going to come out at the 16, the square next to the 16, okay, on the chart. And I'll meet you right back up again. Okay, so I finished the row, and I'm right here. I came out at the square that's next to this number 16 on our chart, okay? And we're going to turn the corner. We will chain 1, slip stitch up the edge, turning the corner, and then going up the graph here. We, let's see, we can't, after we get finished with this round, we're going to be filling in this yellow one right here, and so the one that we just finished with this, we'll be able to cut that off, and then we'll be attaching it again, of course, when we come back down the chart. Okay, so for this row we need 1 yellow, 2 reds, 1 yellow, 1 red, and then we're gonna, oh no, see, then we gotta, as soon as we cut it off here, we're gonna attach it over there. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we need 1 yellow, and we're going to turn our work. So let me move my chart out of the way here. So remember, after we attach, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to turn the work. And you can also bend up this edge and before turning it, and you can go ahead and slip stitch up this edge if you want to. Oops. Let's do that. So slip stitch 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch into the chain 3 loop, or the top of the chain 3. I think that helps the edge be a little bit straighter. Okay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead, while it's in my hands, I'll go ahead and finish that square. Chain 3, 3 double crochets, so 2 and 3. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to need to flip our work over. And see, it's already tangling up here. Okay, so let's go ahead and clip our bobbins rather, to our work, since we have so many bobbins that are connected at the moment. Okay. This one's getting kind of skimpy. I'm going to have to refill that bobbin in a little bit. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to hold on to that one. We need to flip our work over. Okay. And we're done with this one. So now we need to go on to the red. So on our chart, we just finished this, let's see, yeah, we just finished this one, so now we're going, this one, we just did that one right here, right there. So we are on to these 2 red ones right there. Okay, so taking our red one, oh, just a minute, there. Okay, connect the red, the slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets. And we need to do 2 red ones, so there's the first one, whoops. Here's our second one. Okay, and then we're done with the red. Pick up our yellow, and we just need to do 1 yellow. Okay, and put our hook in there like we're going to connect it, but we don't want to pull that through. We're going to have to move to the change over to the red, so we'll be pulling the red one through with the slip stitch. So looking on our chart, we just did the one yellow, we did 2 reds right there. Okay, and then see, we're going to do that yellow right there in the corner. We just did that one. We did that yellow, and see, we're done with the yellow right there. And so for my yellow, I'm going to go ahead and snip it off, but I'm going to leave a tail to weave in, because I'm going to have to reattach that on the next row down, I believe. Oh no, in just a minute. So, because see, on our chart, we had to do 2 reds, 1 yellow, and then 1 red right there, see? And then we got to go back to the yellow again, because we're now going to work in that top part of our A. And then 1 red, and then finish up with the yellow. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, I snipped off my yellow. I need to do 1 red. So slip stitch, pull up our yellow to snug it up, and then chain 3 double crochets. Okay, so now we need to reattach our yellow, so I'm going to have to bring my yellow back here. Ooh, I'm almost running out. Okay, so I do have some more though. Slip stitch this in there to connect the yellow. Make our 1 yellow square. Okay, now on our chart, we just did this yellow, we did that 1 red, and then we did this yellow, connecting the yellow back on there to get that section. Now we need 1 red, and both of our bobbins are being used. Let's see. I'm just looking ahead here to see if I can cut this one off or not. Let's see, I'll have to do this one, and then that one needs to be there to get this one. 2, 2, and then connect this one off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one, since I don't have oh yes, I do have another bobbin. I do have another red bobbin I had fixed up, so I'll go ahead and do that then. Okay, so add this red onto there. Oops. Chain 3. And then 3 double crochets. That'll give us our square that we need. Okay, and now on our chart, we just did this red one right there. Okay, so now we need to do 3 yellow ones, and we'll be finished with this row. Okay, so here's our yellow. Snug over our red. 1, 2, 3. Oop. I'm not usually this clumsy with losing my stitches, but I have my arm around the tripod here to get a good camera shot, so it's a little bit more awkward than just regularly crocheting. Okay, and the one on the top. Okay, so we just finished these 3 right there. Okay, so now we're turning the corner. Now we're going to go back down the chart again. Okay, so we're going to have 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 yellow ones again, and then 1 red one, 2 yellow ones. Okay, you see that? Oop, I'm marked on my chart. Okay, and then pick up our red, and we're going to do 3 red ones here, and then a yellow. So let's go ahead and do that one together, since we've got so many bobbins connected. We're almost past this part, and then it'll get down to where we won't have as many bobbins, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, fourth chain from the hook. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I was afraid I had too many. Okay, so double crochet in fourth chain from the hook, and then double crochet in 2 more. Okay, now we're going to have to flip all this over. So I'm going to wind up my bobbins right quick. As quick as I can. Okay, that's a tail, this one. And the yellow one's next. And the red one. Okay, okay, now we're going to flip all this over. There you go. Okay. I got twisted there. What? It's oh, there it goes. Thought it looked weird there. Okay, so now let's go ahead and connect this one to that square there. Okay, and then if we looked on our chart, we only needed to do 1. See that? Because we're going, no, I'm sorry. We're here going down, sorry. Right? I'm getting confused here. Okay, let's pull this. Yes. Yeah, we're at the top, sorry. So that means we have to do 4. We have to do 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, continuing on with our yellow, we need to do 2 more. And then 1 more. That makes 3. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go over to our red, and we need to do, we did these 3 yellows. 1, 2, 3. So we need 1 red and then 2 yellows. Okay, so 1 red. Okay, and now over to the yellow, make 2 of those. Pick that up, make 2. Oh, my tail. Oh, no, I don't want to pull that out. Okay. 2 yellows. I'm playing yarn chicken with the end of this to see if I have enough to make 1 more square. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Yes, okay. Okay, so that ends my bobbin. When I come back and pick up yellow again for that area, then I will I'll have to refill my bobbin and then start another one there. Okay, so let's see. We did 1 red one. We did 3 yellows, and then we just did a red one and 2 yellows, so we're right there. Okay, so now we're going to pick up the red, and we're going to do 3 reds right there. So let's see. See, we have 2 right here. But we're going to pick this one up because this is the one that's close to us, and we're going to do 3, and that's going to leave us over here. So let's do that. Pick up that red one, slip stitch, tighten up the yellow, and then do 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 1 red. There's a second red. Okay, and see, this one right there is going to be extra because we can continue on with this one and get our 3rd red square there. Okay, and now we're going to finish off with our last yellow one to finish that row. And that one's running out too. I'm gonna have to refill 2 yellow bobbins. Okay, and then let's just slip stitch to connect it. Okay, now see how we went past this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my scissors and I'm gonna cut that off. Be one less bobbin we'll have to worry about turning. Just leave a tail to weave in. Okay, so we just finished this row right here. We did the 3 reds and then the yellow to finish up the row. Now we're going to turn the corner and we're going to go back up again. Okay, so I'm going to have to reattach my yellow because I need some more in here. So I'm going to have to redo my bobbin and attach my yellow when I get to it. Otherwise, if your bobbin didn't run out, then you're already going to have a yellow there to be able to go and keep going with that. So anyway, go ahead and finish up this row, turn the corner, and come back down, and I will meet you when you get finished with the square next to the 20, okay?